up coming off the bench there. He was ready to come on. I think he's spot on. He's ready to start now. Yeah, and I'm sure he starts the next game and he looks to get on the score sheet. He said it's not about who scored, but they all said that. But listen, let me tell you, these guys want to score. They all say the right thing.
And Emmanuel, he is a proper goal scorer, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a goal machine, and obviously what he did in his first season in England is incredible. It's unbelievable. Scoring that much goals in this league, one of the toughest league in the world, is just incredible. But as he said, as a striker, we always want to score, and obviously this year he's struggling a little bit in front of the pole. Obviously he's missing some chances where the criticism also is coming on top, which is normal. But today, him getting on the goal sheet is very good for him, for his confidence. And now, as he said, he can stretch the team. Alvarez is very good as a player that I love to watch play. But today, they definitely need a player that can sit right there and just stretch the opponent team into their box, into their half. And that's what he brought into the game today.
You'd appreciate these numbers in this league. That's his 93rd game for Manchester City and his 84th goal.
That's just incredible. I think that's what I have done in my whole entire I have scored a little bit, but this is just he is born to be a scorer, and he doesn't care how many balls he's touching the game. I care about how many balls he touches, but for him, he's just scoring goals.
He does the job, doesn't he? Without touching the ball. Even when he come on, he stays, he occupies, and he creates that space. Like for Kevin De Bruyne. You know, they can't come out. They can't jump from that centre-back position because they're worried. They're worried about him. He's got pace in behind. He can hold the ball up. And they get a little space. He gets on the half-turn, Kevin, and he just slides him in.
Well, that's what Alan Shearer asked him last year with that interview. And he said, listen, the only touch I'm concerned about are the ones that go in the back of the net.
I think, again, you know, it just shows the powerhouse that is Manchester City when you, at this stage of the season, the real business end, and you've got Erling Haaland who can come off the bench, who's looking that sharp. You know, it can be a bit demoralising, especially for an Arsenal fan. But you've just got to, like he said, like Arsenal had to do, you just got to do your job. You've got to continue to push a Manchester City like Arsenal are doing, so they have to get the job done. You don't want to slip up now in games simply because like they're doing it again and they are experienced at this stage of the season. You've got to make them do it. You've got to ask the question. You have to.
You asked him there about Murillo because we noticed a couple of minutes before Haaland scored his goal, he damaged his groin.
Yeah. I mean, he got in a tangle here, didn't he? But he recovered it brilliantly. And I think here he stretches far too much, you know, and you can't do that, you know, not at this level and get away with it. And it looks like he's done his adductor. They're going to miss him. I mean, he's going to have been a warrior for them this season. They haven't got too many options in that department. And he looks like he's pulled his groin there. But just shortly after, you know, they pick up that ball. Kevin De Bruyne.
He stayed on. And
he drifted off him and he went past him as if he wasn't there. There it is there. Look, you can't leave De Bruyne with that amount of space. He turns, let the balls run, and he just pulls off. And here I thought, you know, he knows he's struggling. He just shifts it. I mean, great finish, Addy. He shifted it with 1 foot and hits it with first time.
We saw it with Bukayo Saka today in the first game where he bring the ball, like going on the left, bringing the ball onto the left and finish it with his left foot. Obviously, his stronger foot, and we can see Haaland forcing the defender because the defender's not giving him any chance apart from going where he was going. You can see his body language is showing that you have to go to the right side, and he's like, okay, I got the speed, I got the power. Let me try it, and the finishing was just unbelievable. A proper striker finish.
I think what you could see with Murillo there is that he doesn't actually get a foot in. I think that Murillo, simply because Haaland is left-footed, he's thinking he wants to come back in. So he's got him in his head. So and then he just goes on the right and slots it. It was great play because he's both footed in that.
As I said again, that's the difference between a player like a Bukayo Saka, because today you can tell he gave body movement first before coming onto the left and finishing. But you can tell Haaland was just going full power. He knows, okay, this way I'm going, I will go with my power. That's why you do it on 2 steps. He made the difference and finished with the right foot.
If you let him inside, it's an easier finish for him. It gives the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. At least there, he sent him down the outside. It should give the goalkeeper a better angle to save it, but he gives him no chance because he hits it so early with his right foot.
And from the defender's point of view, you've 1-0, you concentrate, and then you see the Premier League's leading goal scorer come on. I mean, that can be demoralising, surely.
Of course it's demoralising. That's the embarrassment of riches.
That's just for you, not even for us.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just like, but you see that. And this is why it was just such a tough ask for Forest to try and hold that team off, because let's say they even did get to that level of the game where they did hold them off, or Chris Woods did take those chances, you still got someone like Erling Haaland to come on. So you always feel that Manchester City were always going to be in charge of this game, and they were in charge of this game.
Yeah.
And he wants to play all the time. He wouldn't have been happy, even though he's missed a couple with injury, sitting there watching for 69 minutes, would he?
No, but he don't look like he's not been playing. He's been sulking. I think he's had niggle. He's got it right. He looks like he's trained hard. He's waited for his opportunity. When you come off the bench, you need to show the manager you're ready to start. And I think he's done that now.
It's not a rule that he's had. I think it's the second time he's been a sub all season. So he's not used to that, is he?
No, he's not used to it, but you have to show the correct attitude when you come off the bench. To this manager especially, because they haven't done bad about him, have they?
No.
It's great to bring him off the bench, but you need him for the remaining games. Look, it's put him in a red shirt today. They might have got something out of that game. Erling Haaland was Chris Wood today. With the chances what he had a few very, very good chances. They might have got something out of that game, but they haven't got him. Man City have got him. It's unfair, isn't it?
300 Premier League games in charge of Manchester City today. Only the fifth manager to do it in the Premier League era at one club. It shows you how hard it is.
Why would you want to leave that club? He stayed there for another 300, wouldn't he? With that success and the tools what they give him to work with. He's a brilliant manager. I think he's the best coach we've ever seen in the Premier League. Love to have played for him. I think people pay a lot of money for education of their kids. Get him in front of. They're getting paid. They're actually getting paid to play for that man and learning all the time. You want to go into management, you learn so much of him. I think Mikel Arteta's done exactly the same. He's learned a lot from that man. I think he's a genius. I really do. I think he's the best we've ever seen. I think Sir Alex Ferguson is the best manager because the trophies suggest that. Obviously, Arsene Wenger will be up there. I have to say that with these two here. But he's a genius. He's a genius. And I know he gets the tools to work with, but 300 games, do another 300. He's got the energy. Every single season, he looks like he's on it. Push his foot to the floor and he doesn't let them let up. Anyone lets up, they don't play.
And 14 trophies in his time at City and still fighting for another 2 this season.
As Tim Sherwood said, and I regret, that's the only thing I regret in my career, not playing for him, because when I had that season in 2008, he was my wake-up call. Every morning he was calling me, join me in Barcelona, come join me in Barcelona. Obviously, I didn't want to leave Arsenal because I have a great moment and I created a bond of a family.
So you spoke to him?
A lot of times, yeah. Like literally every day for like 2 weeks non-stop. Every single morning, 5, 6 a.m. he was calling me. So it's the only regret in my career. Obviously, I have a chance to speak and talk and chat with Guy Clichy in Turkey, with Yaya Toure, and they all told me how great he is as a manager. He could have added something more into my game, into my football. But it's always good to be able to watch him and see what he's doing today with City.
Well, Pep, I suppose a different kind of victory to Thursday. So what's pleased you the most out there this afternoon?
No, it's a difficult game. We knew it. So difficult. They were played with bravery. So they are incredible fast players, a lot of quality, and yeah, we found the goal when in the moment they were 10 against 11, and we were lucky with the pitch conditions. They missed a lot of chances for that reason. So, a great victory because we had a lot of games behind us. But yeah, now we have a long week to recover.
You mentioned there the pitch conditions. We've just been speaking to Josko Gvardiol and Erling Haaland out there, and they said how difficult it made it physically for them this afternoon. But do you feel it's benefited you ultimately?
Yeah, ultimately benefit. Yeah.
In what way?
Because they had a lot of chances. With the pitch will be better. With the fast players, it will be better for them. That's for sure.
Josko, perhaps an unlikely goal scorer. Does that make it all the more pleasing, though, that at this point in the season you have players all over the pitch chipping in with goals?
Yeah, of course it's important. It's important, of course it is. So, Erling, it was not for 90 minutes, but the impact always is important. And when they have to push a little bit more, have more space. But especially the game changed when Bernardo came inside and make a lot of passes the last half an hour we should play, but it's difficult. So the opponents are tough, so aggressive, and they play for incredible thing. to be in the Premier League, and these games are so difficult in these stages. We suffered a lot. It was a really difficult game for us, but at the end we could survive.
What can you tell us about the changes at half-time? With Edison forced, what's the status there? And tactically, what were you thinking with the other one, Kovacic and Doku?
But Eddie is injured, so I don't know how long will be, and we want more passes. So we cannot survive as a team. We don't have the ball. We struggle, and Kova help us a lot for that extra passes that we need. But sometimes in the afternoons when it's difficult, only you can survive with the ball. And after when Bernardo and Kova and the other ones came there, was much better.
Going into today, you'll have seen the Arsenal score. Away from that, do you still see Liverpool as part of this three-way title race with them dropping points again yesterday?
Everything can happen. Of course, we'll still have 4 games, 3 games for them. But what happened to Liverpool that dropped a few points in the last games can happen to us, can happen to Arsenal. Tough games for everyone. We have really tough, Fulham away, Spurs away is really difficult, and it's just, now I would prefer to have a long week because we play semi-final Champions League, but in these circumstances now we have 2-3 days to recover, don't see each other and the players, the rest, and prepare the 4 finals that we have and the FA Cup final.
Okay, thanks for your time, Pep.
You're very welcome.
Alan, did you realise when you picked up that ball, Murillo was struggling with an injury?
No. I don't know if you see it in the clips. I didn't look at him, but now I know.
So you would have done that to him anyway?
Yeah.
What's it like at this exciting stage of the season when you're both playing on the same day and one's played and one's won, and then you have to go and do your job like today?
It's nice. Exactly like last season. I think this is maybe the most exciting time to be a footballer. There's not many who can relate, but this is why I play football. This the feeling before the game. You're a bit nervous and these kind of things. This is fantastic, and that's why I also love football. Exactly for these feelings here, and yeah, it's great feelings.
Erlen, how you doing? Ian Wright. I just wanted to say about starting. Are you ready to start now? Are you up to fitness? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I had a bit of a problem, and of course, it's not nice to be able to bounce back when you lose. No, we didn't lose against Madrid, but we went out in the Champions League. So it's been scratching me inside of me to get back, and now I'm back and feeling good, and I'm ready to attack the last 5 finals.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good way of putting it. And the fact that you were all in this situation last season and loads of your teammates have done it time and time again, what does that count for at this stage of the season, do you think, Erling?
Yeah, experience. So many of these guys, as you say, have done it before, and it's about keeping the head calm and not wanting too much. Relax now, tonight, go home, smile, enjoy your time, and then focus on the next game.
Your dad was smiling there, seeing you score against his old club anyway.
Yeah, good to see. Good to see he smiles a bit.
Erling, well played. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Well done. Erling Haaland live, and he's one ahead of Cole Palmer in the Golden Boot race now for back-to-back Golden Boots.
You wouldn't be betting against him, would you, with the games they have coming up? It looks like he was sharp coming off the bench there. He was ready to come on. I think Wright is spot on. He's ready to start now. Yeah, and I'm sure he starts the next game and he looks to get on the score sheet. He said it's not about who scored, but they all said that. But listen, let me tell you, these guys want to score.